Hello, my name is Yash and today we are going to do Standard 9 Chapter 1 Distributional Maps. Now maps, as we all know, maps हमें बहुत ज़रूरी होते हैं different types of locations locate करने के लिए, different trends देखने के लिए, different states देखने के लिए, borders देखने के लिए, different there are several uses of a map. So today we are going to do a special types of maps, that those are distributional maps. What distributional maps do? Distributional maps are the ones who show us distribution. So there are various themes by which these distributional maps are drawn, and those are known as thematic maps. So thematic maps have different themes like rainfall, population, then temperature, etc. So based on these themes, these distributional maps are plotted. There are three main methods of drawing distributional maps. The first is dot method, then there is Chloroplast method and Isoplate method. These three description of these three methods is going to sum up our chapter. Let's first see what is dot method. Dot method is variable data. What do you mean by variable data? The data which is going to change, like population एक रीजन में इतना होगा, दूसरे रीजन में अलग होगा, so it is going to change. So what is the variable over here? The population is the variable. So here in dot method we need statistical data in the form of counting. The counting is done by surveying, then even individual counting. These are different types of methods used for gaining data for a dot method. In that we distribute a population into different dots, like one dot we depict it as 10 people. So when the population is 100, we will show 10 dots, so that the person who is reading the map knows that this area has 10 dots, which is depicting that this area has a population of 100 people. So this is how dot methods work. Then there are some precautions which are needed to take while plotting dot method graph. There are three main precautions. So first is the size of the dot should be uniform. Whenever you are using a pen for a dot method, you should know that the size should be at least or completely uniform, and they should not vary. Then distribution of physiography, water resources, transport needs should also be taken in consideration, because the population is not look, for example, population is not going to stay on the road. So when transport services are there, you should show that, and also the population should be away from that. No one is staying on the roads, right? Yes. And the third precautions we need to take is that to show a population of rural area, we show a dot, and to show a population of urban area, we show a circle. This is a type of categorization they have made, so that we know that this is a rural population and this is an urban population. The dot method is mostly used for the variable data which is scattered around the places. Now if population, we take population ka dot graph, but if we plot it in Mumbai has such a big population. एक अगर एरिया लेंगे तो उसमें इतने सारे डॉट भरने पड़ेंगे, बट ये डॉट अगर तुम भरोगे तो सामने वाला रीड कैसे करेगा? तुम 1 सेंटीमीटर में 1000 डॉट भरने पड़ेंगे, इतना पॉपुलेशन होगा मुंबई में. So it is just for scattered area, it is for villages. Next method is Chloroplast method. What are Chloroplast method? Here the data is shown in the shades of tints of color. Tints of color means अगर पर्पल है तो उसके अलग अलग शेड्स, लाइक लाइट पर्पल, थोड़ा डार्क करके we have to distribute a whole map. Now data is obtained from measurement and surveying. These are two, and there are more techniques of course for gaining data for a Chloroplast map. Only one value is given in sub-administrative region. Like we distribute a map into sub-administrative region. For example, if we take district, we have talukas. These are the sub-administrative areas of a district. Then we how we differentiate the classes. we take the lowest value and the highest value like we took in the dots. Then we what we do, we divide them into 5 to 7 classes according to our needs, and then we give them color. Like population, if it is less, it is light shade, and the it goes on to darker shade as we go on increasing the values. So this is how chloroplast methods work. We can use for different shades, we can use a tint of same color, shades of same color, or black and white patterns which go on increasing. Now let's look at the third method. The third method is the isoplate method. Now this isoplate method, isoplate, what actually the plate is like a palette. So when it is continuous distribution, it is known as isoplate. What is continuous distribution? Now continuous distribution is like rainfall. Take an example of rainfall. अभी rainfall एक जगह से चालू होगा, अगर बाउंड्री आएगा तो उसके बाद फटाक से चेंज होने वाला है? नहीं होने वाला. पर रेनफॉल कैसे चेंज होगा? स्लोली. So these are isoplate methods. Sub-administrative regions are not taken into consideration. Look, I told you, boundaries won't affect rainfall, so they are not taken in consideration, right? Then the difference between rainfall and altitude changes uniformly. Now I showed you the change, how rainfall change from a region to another region. So this is a very uniform change. It is not an abrupt change. Okay, and the lines are drawn for them accordingly. Statistical data belongs to respective places, and point related data. What is statistical data for a particular region? Now look, if there is Sahyadri in between, we know that Sahyadri surrounds the Konkan region. So Sahyadri stops the rainfall from Konkan to the other side of Maharashtra. So here the rainfall is very high and here it is low. So it is not always that it is all continuous distribution. It can also be a point related. Now what are the precautions we need to take? Highest and lowest variable, class interval, and difference between lines. Look, we need to take highest and lowest variables. Yes. Then we need to take the class intervals. We need to take the highest and the lowest first, then divide them into classes, and then distribute them into lines. Now lines are drawn for the decided intervals. Line with same values are joined. Like now first we divided them into class, then we decided what kind of lines or what kind of space between those lines we are going to put, so for different classes. So these decided values are then applied into the maps. It is not going to change in the maps. You should have an index where you should get a reference of what you are doing in the map. Yes, and then there are two conclusions we need to make when doing isoplate maps. If lines are close, the change is steep. This is what very important. Like if lines are close enough, they are going very narrow, then going far. And now here narrow means the change is very steep. That means the change is very fast. Then we also conclude the natural trends in the particular region for a particular map. These are the two conclusions. So these are the three types of methods: the dot method, chloroplast, and isoplate method. Here the chapter ends. We can conclude the chapter now. Thank you.